Prince with Western New York Athletics, and we have our next round of baseball. Boy, we're going to highlight some big names here in Western New York, 3 that are going to start off right here. But really what we're trying to do is to make sure that we give baseball players, softball players, everybody that we've been talking to, the chance to be recognized. Whether you get to the season or not, we don't know, and I'm not even going to speculate. But we do want to make sure that these players, as many as we can, get recognized, spotlighted, and be able to give their chance to say exactly who they are and what they would have done out there on the baseball field. So let me start off right now. 3 big names here in Western New York, all that you're going to hear about going to the next level, and can't wait to hear their stories. So first, from Frontier, Connor Eisenman. From West Seneca East, Cam Whippier. And from Williamsville East, Joe Mack. Guys, how we doing?
Good.
Good.
So let's start off with some of the questions that I have for you guys. So my first question to get things started is, have you committed to play baseball or any other sport at the next level? If so, where and why? Connor and Cam's got a nice little story to tell here, but Connor, why don't you start off with this one?
Yeah, I am committed to play baseball at the University of Albany, and Cam's actually going to be my roommate there, so it's pretty cool. Yeah.
So, Cam, you gave it away, but it's okay. Let's say where you're going to go.
Yeah, I'm going to the University of Albany, playing baseball.
Fantastic. And Joe?
I'm committed to play for Clemson University for baseball. So.
Fantastic. And Joe's also been a part of a big family legacy. Your brother also playing right now minor league ball, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Could possibly even be an avenue that you go down to at the same time.
Yeah.
As of right now, I know that's where everything's landed right now. You want to just say where your brother's playing?
My brother's playing for the Minnesota Twins right now.
Fantastic. So, again, big family there as far as baseball is concerned. So my first question to get into the questions is, what is the most memorable moment you've had on a baseball field? Cam, let's start with you on this one.
Probably my sophomore year, actually facing Will East. I had a no-hit going into the 6th. A little blue popped in, but after that I just got pulled. But, I mean, it was pretty cool because they're always the big team of the year. I mean, yeah, big team to beat. And just being a sophomore, I felt great in that moment. So that's mine. So
it could be a game circled that we're going to hear about later on too, Joe. That's coming your way. So, Joe, how about yourself?
For me, it was probably when we were playing North a couple years back, and I told one of my buddies, "Grab your phone. I'm going to hit a home run." And the second pitch, I think it was, I hit a home run. And everybody just went crazy because I guess I called my shot or whatever. So that was my most.
Oh, Babe Ruth-esque right there. Look at that. That's awesome. Wow. Connor, how about yourself?
It was probably last year in the first round of the playoffs. I pitched the complete game against North to send us to the semis, and that was probably the coolest thing. We won 1-0, so.
You had a couple big games last season, so it could have gone a lot of ways on that one, but another great game that you actually had last season, no doubt about it. So this leads into the question where I was alluding to with what Cam had said, is what is the one game you've got circled on your schedule for this season that you couldn't wait for, that you were going, man, that's my rivalry one. I want this one. I couldn't wait. Let's see what happens. Joe, let's start with yourself on this one.
For me, it's always North. We have a big-time rivalry. We always lose to them every year. I don't think we've beat them once yet in a couple years. But, yeah, North was the big game for us, and we just wanted to take them down a year. So, yeah.
No doubt. Connor, how about yourself?
I'd also have to say North, just because we beat them twice last year, and I know I'm going to be going up against Duddle, and that's always a good matchup. So excited about that one again.
Yeah, that would have been, and you could have said just about any game in the AA conference right there. That could have been a rivalry for you guys.
Yeah.
You.
I'd have to say either West Seneca West or Will East.
Okay. Awesome. Great matchups right there. And that's something we would all like to see. So no doubt about it. So listen, we know it's a tough time right now. So my next question is, what are you doing right now to make sure that you're sharpening and staying sharp with your baseball skills? Connor, what are you doing right now at home to make sure you're staying sharp?
Me and my dad made a pitching mound and a plyo wall, and then I've been using those, throwing bullpens twice a week and long tossing the other 4 days, and just trying to keep up on that as much as I can. And I have a weight room in my basement, so I've been lifting down there. So
Fantastic. That's great. And Cam, how about yourself?
I've been playing a good amount of long toss, not when it's snowing outside, obviously. I don't want to overdo things, especially when there's no rush, really.
Mm-hmm.
But long tossing when I can. We don't have too much in the basement. We have a couple weights we can utilize. So I've been using those a little bit.
Okay. Joe, how about yourself?
Yeah, so me, my dad, and my brother, we built a cage kind of thing in our garage. So we just string up this net that we just hit into. And then me and my brother just play catch outside. We do like catching drills inside. And then we also just work out in the basement because we have a couple weights down here. And we get some workout routines in and whatnot every couple days. So, yeah.
Fantastic. And so, guys, at the next level, Connor, what position are you going to play at the next level?
starting pitcher.
Okay. Cam,
Pitcher as well.
Joe?
Catcher.
Okay. So we've been talking a lot about certain big numbers when it comes to you guys. You're obviously some of the top talent here in Western New York. So, Connor, why don't you tell everybody, what have you been hitting on the gun in the winter that everyone's wanting to hear about and talked about? So give us the number.
My fastball's been sitting low 90s, like 90, 91. So that was really big for me. It was really cool.
Absolutely. Now, Cam, I know you don't have a number from the winter, but you got a big number from last season. Why don't you say what you were throwing as of last season?
Last season, I was sitting 86, 87, topping at 88, and I've just been doing a lot of long toss. Haven't been on a mound in a little bit.
Which I'm sure bigger, stronger, another year, you're going to be also talking about the same numbers that Connor's out there talking about too. So, Joe, I know it's not, we're talking about speed. We're really talking about kind of your pop time or your time over to second base, right? That is a big number that catchers absolutely talk about. Do you know what your number is?
In game or out of game?
Why don't we say out of game? Because that seems to be the number everybody goes for, because that's how we get judged on to be able to get recruited. Or why don't you give us both? If you know both, a lot of people don't know both their numbers.
I think my fastest recorded time for out of game was 176, but that could possibly be wrong. I don't know. But my fastest in game was a 183 or a 185. So.
Wow. That's a great number right there. I mean, you're hearing people that are at 2 that are talking about, playing at the next level. Those are some big numbers right there. Wow. Great. Those 3 fantastic numbers there. 90, 88, 1.7 right there. Wow, is what I could say is those are great numbers, guys. So, fun question. If you could meet somebody famous, who would it be and why? Connor, let's start with you on this one.
I'd probably say Blake Snell, because he just seems like a cool person, and he obviously knows a lot about pitching, and I'm kind of new to the whole pitching thing. I just really started focusing on it last year, so I think it'd be really cool to get his insight on everything, and I just think he'd be cool to hang out with too. So
nice. Cam, how about you?
I'd probably have to go not baseball related and go with like Kevin Hart. It's just funny. He'd probably be laughing all the time.
He definitely would, no doubt about that. Joe, how about yourself?
I've always been a fan of Nolan Ryan, and my dad actually has a ball signed by him, so I've always wanted to meet him. And
Oh, wow, that's a great one. I actually have one downstairs from him too.
Really?
So he's definitely a big role model to a lot of people.
yeah,
So, okay, next it leads into the next question. So the next question is, who would you consider to be your role model and why? Cam, let's start with you on this one.
Probably my parents, because they've always enforced like hard work and you got to work for what you like want to get in life, and it's kind of what I've been doing.
Joe, how about yourself?
I'd say it's my brother. He's been a big motivator throughout my life, and he's been like pushing me to go do some baseball, go work out and whatnot, whatever. So I think that he's been a really big help, and he's definitely my role model. So, yeah.
And Connor, how about you?
I'd also probably have to go my parents because they've just always supported my dreams and everything baseball related and never pushed me, but were always there and allowed me to play at as much as I wanted and train as much as I wanted. So definitely them.
Fantastic. Great answers, you guys. So, okay, let's start up. Who do you play for in the summer? And what was the most memorable baseball tournament you've ever played in? Joe, let's start with you on this one.
I play for East Cobb Astros, and my most favorite memorable baseball moment or tournament, probably the last tournament I played with the Padres. It's the East Cobb Astros team, but we were playing as a Padres scout team in Jupiter, Florida. That was the 17 or 18U event or whatever. And the last game, one of my buddies was pitching, and Shane Panzini, and he I think I got a hit off of him, and I started laughing at him, and it was pretty funny. So I just remember that.
So he was pitching against you is what he was doing?
Yeah.
And then now you laughed after the hit, or you were laughing before as you were getting into the box?
Well, a little bit of both, but mostly after though. So
Nice.
yeah.
Very nice. Connor, how about yourself on that one?
I'm probably gonna have to bring it all the way back to 12U and say Cooperstown was really cool because our team was actually really good and we went undefeated in the seeding game, made it all the way to I think either 16 or 8, and it was championship weekend, so it was really cool. And I play for Full Circuit Power in the summer.
Okay. Fantastic. And it's a shame what's going on with Cooperstown right now. So you could see there are some huge memories that are created there. Look at you given it as one of your top memories. So, Kim, how about yourself on that one?
I played for the Academy Stars in the summer, and my most memorable tournament would probably be back in 14U. We went down to Atlanta, Georgia for a perfect game, and we lost in the semifinals, but it was really cool just playing teams from Puerto Rico and all that.
Wow, that's awesome. Some great tournaments right there, some great experiences. So my last question I have for you guys. If your coach was to describe the imprint you're going to leave on the school or program that you're at right now, what would they say? Connor, what would they say?
They would probably say that I'm a really hard worker and very determined, and that I was pretty good bringing other people up around the program. So that's probably the imprint that I would feel I left.
Okay. Kim, how about yourself?
Probably hardworking, making sure like the younger people feel welcome, obviously. And I made a couple like long-lasting friendships through baseball at the school, so I think that'd be a thing. And yeah.
Fantastic. Joe, how about you?
I think that my coaches would also describe me as hardworking, friendly, very goofing around. I do goof around a lot, so I feel like that's what brings like our team closer together. So I feel like it's just all around just a
Camaraderie, fun atmosphere.
yeah, just a fun type of atmospheric little place to be around. So yeah.
That's fantastic. So there's some great answers, guys. So listen, I couldn't be more excited to have you guys on the show. Thanks for joining me today. Thank you for joining me from the sidelines. Can't wait to see what you guys do at the next level, what you do if we get a chance to play more, what you can do over the summer. But can't wait to watch you guys and see exactly what you finish off and what the future actually shows for you guys. Thanks for joining me.
Thank
for
you.
having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're at our next round of interviews. We got 3 more big names here to talk about that play baseball here in Western New York to highlight. Introductions go. Garrett Schrock from Newfane, Zach Evans from Lakeshore, and Ryan Colhane from Clarence. Guys, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Couldn't be more excited to talk to you guys. But let's start off with our questions. So my first question is, have you committed to playing baseball or any other sport at the next level? If so, where and why? Garrett, how about yourself?
Oh yeah, I committed to NCCC. I just thought it was a good fit for myself, being close to home, starting at a good 2-year school, and then after that, figure out what I want to do.
And for those of you who don't know, Garrett, big 3-sport athlete right now, probably be one of the players up for 3-sport athlete of the year. Had a great season in football, backed it up with basketball, and then we were hopefully going to get a chance to see him take the baseball field too. So great season so far, Garrett.
Thank you.
Zach, how about yourself?
I am also committed to NCCC to play baseball. I just felt at home there when I went to visit. The facilities were great. The coaching staff was awesome. They had everything I was looking for, so it was a good start for me.
Fantastic. And Ryan, how about yourself?
I decided to go to Brockport for both baseball and football, and I just loved both places in both sports, Mankind and Beach, and I thought they had the best offer to do both there.
That's great. You're going to get a chance to play both sports. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So let's go into my questions. What is the most memorable moment that you've had on a baseball field? Zach, let's start with you.
Probably the New York State Championship tournament for Legion. We had to play 2 games to win the championship against an undefeated team, and we pulled on a 1-0 game and then won on a walk-off the next game. Can't forget that.
Yeah, that was, no doubt was a great tournament and great games to watch. It was absolutely fun to cover that team, and they had a fantastic season. A shame that we're not going to be able to see it go any farther than 8 possible states for this year, but still a great run and a great opportunity, no doubt about it. Yeah. Ryan, how would you answer that one?
Mine's probably the OP game last year in the sectional semifinals, where I had a home run and 2 doubles, where we ended up going to section.
You had a big games, a couple big games against Orchard Park last season.
Yeah.
Great job there. And Garrett, how about yourself?
I think I'm gonna have to say last season I threw 19 strikeouts in 1 game during school season, so I'd say that's probably my most memorable moment.
And who was that against, Garrett?
It was against Barker.
19 strikeouts against Barker. Wow, that's an outing right there to remember. Awesome job.
Thank you.
So, guys, if there was one game that you had circled on the schedule for this season, you couldn't wait for it, big rivalries, you couldn't wait to play it, what was going to be that one game for you? Ryan, let's start with you on this one.
Either Will North or Frontier, since they were both like the big teams this year with having Connor Eisenman and Brian Dalton. So probably going against them as I'm friends with both of them too.
Fantastic. Garrett, how about you on that one?
I have to say either Medina or Albion. Medina obviously is a very good team, went to the state championships last year. And Albion, a team that we split 1-1 with last year, they gave us a good run. So, and Medina has a couple players that I played with, and they got a lot of skill.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Medina was going to be absolutely one of the top teams in the area. Albion, led by Tom Formansky, would have been a matchup to see you two go head-to-head on the mound against each other at the same time.
Yeah.
Zach, how about yourself?
Probably the Iroquois matchup again, since they beat us in the sectional final. I wanted to get another chance at them this year. So that was probably my game I was looking forward to.
Yeah, that was absolutely going to be a big game, and they are stacked again this year. You know, Pioneer would have been it was going to be another big game for you guys that we really wanted to see play out too. And Ryan, you could have said to me any game there, right? Yeah, I would have been surprised you would have said Orchard Park or Lancaster or anybody else in that mix, because every game's a rivalry in that division. So
yeah.
So listen, I know it's a tough time right now, guys, but what are you doing right now to make sure that you stay sharp baseball wise, so that when you get a chance to eventually take the field for whatever scenario it is, you're ready to go? Garrett, what are you doing right now to make sure you stay sharp?
Just when it's warm out or at least semi decent weather, get out, go the ball around a little bit, hit into a net, tee work, and I mean that's all about I can do right now. So just got to stay locked in.
Yeah. And by the way, if you guys can't see, he's got some great jerseys behind him, and I see the Ripken one right over his shoulder. Look at those jerseys, right? Those are awesome right there. He's all ready to go. Make sure he's got his baseball area. Zach, how about you?
I have a few weights and stuff at home, so I'm working out as much as possible and getting as much swings in with soft toss into the net, stuff like that, getting as much throws in as possible just to stay fit and get ready for the season.
Okay. Ryan, how about yourself?
I'm also doing the same with like lifting and making sure that I'm not getting too rusty, and then I'm hitting with my brother and also throwing with him when I get the chance outside.
Fantastic. And your brother's coming up through the ranks right now too, right, Ryan?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, he's a freshman now.
Yep. So, okay. Fun question. If you could meet somebody famous, who would it be and why? Zach, let's start with you on this one.
Probably Derek Jeter. I've looked up to him since I've been watching him play. I love how he carries himself, plays the game. Yeah, it's probably going to have to go with him.
That's a great one there. Ryan, how would you answer that one?
Probably Justin Verlander, since I'm originally from Michigan. He was on Detroit, and I was a big fan of him, and always thought he was my role model. So I would like to meet him.
Fantastic. And then Garrett, how would you answer that one?
I would say Jeter, but since Zach said it, I'll say probably Aaron Judge, just because I like the way he plays the game. Is a lot of class. Doesn't fight with the other team. Doesn't anything. Just strictly the game.
Okay. Good answers, guys. So that leads me to the next question is, who would you actually consider right now your role models to be when it comes to baseball or anything when it comes to life? So, Ryan, how would you answer that one?
Definitely my dad. He leads me with everything I do. He pushes me to school and makes sure that I know what I should do and what I need to do and have a good rest of my life after baseball and after school.
Okay, great one. Garrett, how about yourself?
I'd say my mom. She just does the most for me, and that's it. Really, she's just always been there.
Another good one. Zach, how about you?
I'm going to go with both. My parents, they brought me up, told me how to play the game, taught me what to do, showed me what's good, bad, stuff like that. So I'm going to have to go with both my parents.
Fantastic. All good answers, you guys. So my next question is, who do you guys play for in the summer? And what was the most memorable baseball tournament that you've ever played in? So this time, let's start off with Garrett on this one.
I played for the Niagara Thunderwolves, Junior Thunderwolves, for Coach Mickey. And probably the most memorable tournament I've had would be at Diamond Nation. We ended up winning the tournament on I think it might have been a walk-off in the 7th inning. And there was like 100 teams in the tournament. It was pretty cool. It was a big one.
That's a great tournament down there. Great facilities down there too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Players, yeah, they get a chance to play in that one. Zach, how would you answer that one?
This year I'm playing for Legion again, Hamburg Legion, and then I'm also playing for Royal Printing for AAA-BA. So the most memorable tournament, I'm gonna have to go with the New York State League Championship again. I don't think anything's topping that one.
And that was a great one. I can see why. Ryan, how about yourself?
I was gonna join the Thunderwolves and do a couple tournaments with them. And then my most memorable moment is by Atlanta. I played well down there, and there was a lot of college coaches there to see me.
Was
It's always
that
fun.
the perfect game, Ryan?
At Lake Point.
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry.
A perfect game at Lake Point.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Yeah. Yeah, great tournament down there. No doubt about it. So my last question I have for you guys is, if we asked your coach what was the imprint you'd be leaving on the school or program, what would they say? Zach, let's start with you on this one.
My coach would probably say to be open to new things. I'm always looking to better myself. Just be open to what the coaching staff tells you. Stuff like that. Just be ready for anything, open to everything.
Okay. Ryan, how about you?
Probably my work ethic and just being open to trying to get better and doing what's best for the team and leading to them to having the most success.
And Garrett, how about yourself?
As like one of the only seniors, I just want to be a leader for the team. Like, just show them how to do things, like work them up to a point where they can be the next leader of the team.
Fantastic. All great answers. Well, guys, that's all the questions I have for today. I want to say thank you for joining me from the sidelines. Another great round of guests. And guys, I hope the next time I get a chance to talk to you guys, hopefully be to cover one of your games moving forward.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Here we are, another round of baseball. Some more big players here in Western New York. We can't wait to hear what their answers are, as we hope that they get a chance to eventually take the field in some sort of format. So my first to talk to, from Will South, Owen Berkman. From Maryvale, Dalton Harper. And from Lockport, Andrew Galt. Guys, thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
So couldn't be more excited to talk to you guys today. So my first question I have for you guys is, have you committed to playing baseball or any other sport at the next level? If so, where and why? Owen, let's start with you on this one. And I think you've given it away by the hat a little.
Yeah, I've committed to Albany for baseball. Committed there because they had good academics as well, and they had a pretty good baseball program that I could follow along with.
Fantastic. And we've already talked to two of your teammates to be in Connor Eisenman and Cam Whippier. And no doubt, boy, they're bringing in some big arms out there at Albany right there. 3 big arms here. Owen, are you going as a pitcher or catcher or both to Albany?
Primarily a late relief pitcher.
Okay, fantastic. Dalton, I know you can't answer this question yet, but are you looking to play baseball at the next level, and are you already talking to schools at this point?
Yes, I want to play. I want to play college ball. I've had a visit, and actually on that visit, I met Pete Alonso. And with all this stuff going on, I'm still talking to those coaches.
That's fantastic. Those of you who don't know, I got a chance to cover Dalton as a 7th grader in a sectional championship game, and he has been playing at Maryvale for multiple years right now, and already making the stage right here in Western New York as a top player here in Western New York. So There's another reason why we wanted Dalton here today. Andrew, how would you go ahead and answer that question?
I have not committed right now. I'm still keeping my options open and seeing what I can get.
Okay. And are you looking to play baseball at the next level?
I am, yes. I would like to.
And no doubt that you were going to be a top arm coming from Lockport this season that we were waiting to see. And we were talking to possibly multiple guys here that could have been Colpoys Barrows Cup finalists this year as a player of the year here in Western New York. And I got also a chance to cover you in that game against Hamburg. I watched you take your equipment off as catcher, take equipment off on the spot, go out to the mound and be able to finish that one out and see you do both. Very tough to do as a positional player, and I got a chance to see that. And then, Andrew, I got a chance to see you in that. Remember that extended game that you had with Niagara Falls, was it, right? Where you finished the one game going to the other. You actually finished the last game and then started the next game.
Yeah.
So,
I think I threw a complete game.
Yeah, I've got a chance to see all you guys playing. There's no doubt that you all are going to be big players this year. So let's get right into my questions. What is the most memorable moment you've had on a baseball field? Dalton, let's start with you on this one.
The most memorable moment is probably the win against the crossover game against Will East, or my game in Florida in the Perfect Game 13U World Series. We played the number 1 ranked team in the nation. We beat them.
That's fantastic.
I also went 4 for 4 that game, so that was nice too.
Nice. Very nice. Andrew, how would you answer that one?
I'm going to say that to say the Niagara Falls game, because pitching or going in relief at the end and then starting the next game off, coming out, and it was just pretty memorable game, throwing a complete game, and everybody was doing their job.
And not too many people can say they pitched in 2 high school games right in the same day, right? You'd be able to get 2 wins right there. That was a good one. Owen, how about yourself?
I'm going to have to go with that Hamburg game last year. Just complete team effort. Everybody played well and made us beat them first time that season.
Yeah, like I said, it was something to watch. You behind the plate, catching almost the entire game, and then boom, it takes his equipment right out right there, gets out to the mound. It was great to see, no doubt about it. So, okay, we all know rivalries are big here in high school sports. There has to be that one game you had circled on the schedule you couldn't wait for this season. What would have been that one game that you had circled on the schedule? Andrew, let's start with you on this one.
I was going to have to say Ken West this year, because last year they did beat us I forgot what game. And then they took a picture on our Lion, so we were coming shooting for them for the most part. That's what I think our biggest game probably this year would have been.
Okay, good one. Owen, how about yourself?
You'd probably be expecting me to say East, but I'm looking more towards Hamburg again.
Okay.
Keep the streak going against them. Can't have them beat us again.
That was going to be a nice matchup of arms right there to see the 2 pitching staffs go at each other, because both of you will be strong on the mound this season.
Mm-hmm.
Dalton, how would you answer that one?
I think that the Iroquois, that would be the one I would look forward to. That one's always a good game. Always got good competition in that game, so I'd look forward to that one.
Yeah, they were going to be a big team this season. There were a lot of kids that were coming up that were in your age that you actually play in the summer too, which would have been fun to see some of the matchups there between the 2 of you.
Yes.
So, okay, perfect. So right now I know things are tough right now, but what are you guys doing right now to stay sharp with your baseball skills? So what are you doing at home right now to make sure that you're staying sharp? Owen, how would you answer that one?
I don't really have much access to stuff. Don't got a backyard at my mom's house, and it's always flooded at my dad's, so hitting's limited, but I can always just go throw into a net or do some workouts just to stay physically in shape.
Fantastic. Dalton, how about yourself?
I do workouts. I either go up to the football field and do my workouts there, or I'll do them in my basement. I hit tee off the tee in my garage, and my dad's putting up a cage at his work. So that'll be fun when that gets up, and I'm doing my catching drills and all that stuff.
Nice. So, Owen, you may have to call Dalton's dad and go visit him over at work there to get in that cage. Andrew, how about yourself?
I usually try to hit 3 to 4 times a week with lifting in there, and I also have like a big park across the street from my house, so I can keep my arm in shape and try to play as much catch as I can.
Fantastic. All right, guys, a little bit of a fun question. So, if you could meet somebody famous, who would it be and why? So, Dalton, let's start with you on this one.
Mine would have to be Javier Baez. I like how he plays his game. The energy carries through it. Now he can change the game and the momentum by one play or one swing of the bat. It's just, I like watching it.
Fantastic. Andrew, how about yourself?
Derek Jeter, he's been my favorite guy since I liked baseball. I've watched him in the Yankees forever now. I'd like to meet him one day.
Nice. Very good one. And Owen, how about you?
I'd have to say Steven Strasburg, just with like the way he pitches, it keeps himself composed. It's a good way to mimic.
Awesome. Another good one right there. So the builds off to the next question is, who would you actually consider right now to be your role model? Andrew, how would you answer that one?
It's a hard question.
Who's helped you along the way? In other words, who's helped you get to where you are today?
Well, my dad has. He's been a really big role model. He's helped me since I started off little and keep me pushing me every day, try to help me get to where I can get to the best as I can.
Absolutely. And Dad's a great one. That's absolutely a great one. So, Owen, how about yourself?
I'm going to have to go with my parents again. They've just been able to drive me to all my tournaments the past X amount of years. I can't thank them enough for all the help they've given me to get me to this point.
Yeah, no doubt. And Dalton, how about you?
My family, especially my dad, he's always doing the extra work with me, helping me out, tossing me balls, hitting me ground balls, fly balls, throwing me balls so I could do throwdowns. He's helped me along the way a lot.
Yep, no doubt. Great answers there, guys. So, who do you play for in the summer? And what was the most memorable baseball tournament you've ever played in? Owen, let's start with you on this one.
I actually don't have a summer team this year.
Okay.
I was going to play Legion, but our team fell through because we don't have a coach. And my most memorable moment on a baseball field, I'd probably say it was when I went to there's a Little League World Series baseball camp where you could go, you stay there the week, and there's the All-Star game at the end, and everybody in the crowd's watching. I'm on the mound, so I'm having fun, playing music. Just a fun time.
That's awesome. And did you get him to win in that All-Star game?
No, I came in relief, and we were already up like 9-0. So.
Oh, so you won. So that's still good.
Yeah.
There you go. Dalton, how about yourself?
I play for Griff's Baseball and the Motor City Hit Dogs. My most memorable tournament would probably be the 13U Perfect Game World Series, where there was a lot of good competition, and we fought with all those teams, and we did really well. So, and we had fun doing it. So that was one of my best tournaments.
That's awesome. Great stuff there. Andrew, how about yourself?
I am actually not going to be playing on a summer team this summer as of I was going to probably play Legion or something like that. I just haven't got to that yet. And my most memorable tournament was probably Cooperstown. That was a fun week. We had a blast all week long. And what else can you do but hit it over that 200-foot fence?
No doubt. In fact, that's been the tournament we've heard a lot from a lot of players, so no doubt about it. So my last question for you guys. If we ask what was the imprint you'd be leaving on the program or school that you're with right now, what would your coach say? Andrew, let's start with you on this one.
I'm very dedicated to the team. Like, I'm not an I person, so like if we all are, like if other people are not trying to do the best, like I try to help them push them and make everybody do their best. Not make, but try to help everybody do their best.
Fantastic. And Owen, how would you answer that one?
I believe that it'd be like that. I was just a good leader, good role model for the younger kids of what true dedication to a program is, and just having that fight inside you to keep a game going, even if we are down like 5-6 runs in the last inning. Just keep pushing through the end. It's not over till it's over. Anything can happen in this sport.
Yeah, no doubt. And Dalton, how about you?
I'd say I'm also dedicated. I do a lot of extra work, and with that extra work, I invite all my teammates so then we could do it together and we could all get better as a team and we can learn from each other. And I also feel that I can be a spark where I can take the game over as being a catcher, either throwing somebody out, back picking somebody, or changing the game with a big hit, like the big impact there.
Great answer there, guys. Before I go, Andrew, am I correct? You're an essential worker right now. Am I correct?
I am, yes. I do work at Niagara Produce. I don't know if you guys have a produce store. So
Yeah. So we want to just say thank you for that, right? That was another thing I wanted to make sure is we thank you for what you're doing right now, helping us out, making sure that we get our food. And those positions are big right now. I want to say thank you for that too. So, but that's all the questions I have for today. I want to say thank you for joining me in the Western New York Athletics from the sidelines. And hopefully, guys, the next time I get a chance to see you or talk to you, that will be covering you at a game. So thanks, guys, so much.
thank you.
Thank you.
Round of interviews. We've got 3 more players to highlight here in Western New York, and they go north, south. We cover the gamut on this one. So let me do our introductions. From Frewsburg, Aaron Hare. From Akron, Mitch Holtz. And from Kenmore East, Joe Crimmy. Guys, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate all you've done for Western New York.
Absolutely. Thanks, Aaron. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So, guys, let's get right into the questions. Have you committed to play baseball or any other sport at the next level? If so, where and why? Aaron, let's start with yourself.
Yeah, this fall I committed to Mercyhurst University for baseball, and I think the main reason was my sister went there a couple of years ago. She played softball, and I was able to develop a relationship with the coaching staff there. Just loved the campus, fell in love with it, knew that's where I wanted to be.
Nice. By the way, nice jerseys and stuff behind you. I like the
Thanks.
I like your background there. Aaron, what are you position you gonna play there?
I'm gonna be a PO. I'm gonna be just a pitcher.
Pitcher, fantastic. Mitch, I know you're a little bit young right now, but are you in the process of looking to play baseball at the next level?
Yes, I am. It's been a dream for a while since I was a little kid, and really hope I can play somewhere.
I see you got a little shout out behind you. What's the shout out there?
That's Coach Fry. That's Brian Fry's dad. He's been a role model for almost my whole life.
Fantastic. Great little shout out right there. And then, Joe, I know that you may not be playing at the next level. Why don't you just say what you're going to be doing for your next stage of your career?
On the fall, I'm just gonna go to Buff State and focus on becoming a history teacher.
Awesome. History. Why history?
I just always found it interesting in school, and I wanted to be a teacher, so it was a good fit.
Fantastic. Wow, that's a great answer right there. All right, guys, let's go over to some of my questions. So let's start out. What is the most memorable moment you've had on a baseball field? Mitch, let's start with yourself on this one.
I would say it was last year, sectional game against Eden, when it was the last inning. We were up 1-0, and I was pitching, and the kid hit a fly ball to center field, and our center fielder, Adam Meets, threw him out at home for a double play to win the game.
Ooh, nice one. Joe, how about yourself?
I'd have to say the best memory on a baseball field is probably the talks in the dugout with the team. I mean, those just stick with you for way more than any in-game moment. I'd probably say that's my favorite.
So the camaraderie, the memories,
with the guys.
the
Yeah.
teammates,
Oh yeah, for sure.
camaraderie. Awesome. Another good one.
Yeah.
Aaron, how about yourself?
I'm gonna say my sophomore year when we didn't have a big win against either the North Collins and Franklinville were on top of our league the whole year, and towards the end of the year we had a big win at home against Franklinville, and that kind of got us rolling through playoffs. And then I've actually got another one, but I was on the bench. It was my 8th grade year, getting to watch my brother and all his friends go on a big playoff run. They won the sectional title. They ended up losing the regional, but it was just really cool to be able to go along with him his senior year.
That's awesome. Two great memories right there. So listen, rivalries are big, especially in high school sports. There has to be a game you had circled on the calendar that you couldn't have waited for to play this season. What was that game going to be? Joe, let's start with yourself.
Oh, the East-West game for sure. Both of them. Always the best game of the year to play in. Didn't get a win on varsity last year. Was hoping to do it this year, but unfortunately can't do that now.
And Joe, do you play any
That was for sure
football too?
Yeah, I play football.
So you were part of that big game this past year then?
Oh, yeah, that was great. I was hoping to do the same in baseball, but couldn't do
There
that.
you go. Aaron, how about yourself on that one?
I think Franklinville for us this year. We played them twice last year, obviously in their league. Came down to us for the league last year. We went and beat them at Franklinville. That was cool, but every year it's a good matchup. It's one we look forward to for our league play.
Yeah, no doubt. And Mitch, how about yourself?
Definitely the Medina game. We play them every year, and they went to state semifinals last year. They were well coached, and it's always a good game between us. So.
Yeah, no doubt they were going to have a top team this year in all of Western New York. So I could see why that would be a game you'd be looking forward to. So, guys, I know this is a tough time right now, but in that tough time is we've got to make sure you're staying sharp with your baseball skills for no matter what the scenario that could come up, right? Whether you're going to get a chance to go to the field or not. So my question is, what are you doing to stay sharp with your baseball skills? Aaron, let's start with you right now.
I'm in a really lucky spot with my geography, I guess you'd say. I go down to Warren actually a lot, and a couple guys are going to Mercier, Mitch Gresh and Ryan Rafalski are down there, so I've been working with them. And then Aiden Morrison's been catching me. He's from Warren. He's at Canisius now playing. And then also a kid from Frewsburg, Mark Moser, he called me in high school. He's at Penn State Barron. He's a catcher. So I've been thrown to them. And then I've been really lucky with one of my best friends has a home gym actually in his garage, and he's been giving me access to that. So it's been nice to use that. It's definitely a blessing.
Nice. So Aaron's a good friend to have, guys. If you
yeah, I definitely got some good connections. It's been really nice.
Awesome. Mitch, how about you?
I got like a net and tee in the backyard, play catch with my brother, and just been lifting weights. Just trying to stay in shape.
Yep. And Joe, how about you?
I'm doing about the same. I just got a tee and that, and play some catch here and there, and then some weights. That's really all I could do.
Yeah, absolutely. So that leads me kind of into some fun questions right now. So my first question for you guys is, if you could meet somebody famous, who would it be and why? Mitch, let's start with you on this one.
I would say mine would be probably Derek Jeter, because he's got a really good personality and he's a really good baseball player and seems like a fun person to be around.
Yeah, and no doubt he's been one that we've heard from a lot so far when we asked this question, so I could absolutely see why. So, Joe, how about yourself?
If I had to meet someone famous, I'll keep it to baseball. I'll probably pick Albert Pujols.
Okay.
He's been my favorite player for my whole life, pretty much. I wear number 5 because of him, so it'd definitely be cool to get to meet him.
Nice. And Aaron, how about yourself?
Well, just like Joe and Mitch, keep it baseball. I grew up idolizing Marcus Stroman. I'm a big Blue Jays fan. He's not with us anymore, but I don't know. I just like everything about him, his work, and he's able to have a little bit of fun with it too.
Nice. I'm sorry about the whole Blue Jays fan thing, but
yeah, I know it's been pretty rough the last couple of years.
I'm teasing.
Got my Vlad jersey though. He's keeping my hope alive.
I see it, no doubt. Did you see when he played here in Buffalo?
No, I didn't we were actually thinking about going up, and that was one of the weeks he got called up. So that didn't end up working out, but hopefully I'll get to see him in Toronto a couple times.
Yeah, let's all hope we're going to get a chance to see that sometime soon.
Yeah.
So that builds off into my next question, guys, is who do you actually consider to be your role model today? Joe, let's start with you on this one.
I'd say my role model is probably
Both my parents. I mean, they just do everything the right way, and I just strive to do it like they do it because they go about things the right way with respect and dignity.
That's awesome. Great answer right there. Aaron, how about you?
I'm going to say my siblings. I mean, my parents, obviously, but my siblings probably from a baseball way to inspire me. They both played college and just people I can look up to. And I know they're doing everything for the right reasons, too. And they want the best.
Great one. Mitch, how about you?
From a baseball standpoint, I would say Coach Fry, because he's always been there. He used to coach me. He's always been a great player, great person. Definitely someone that I want to aspire to be like.
Fantastic. So all good answers right there, guys. So listen, who do you actually play for in the summer? And what was the most memorable baseball tournament you've ever played in? So Aaron, let's start with you on this one.
Well, I got this summer I'm playing for Coach Grant and the Regulators in June. And then the plan is in July, I'm going to play with the Tarp Skunks in the PGCBO. So I'm kind of splitting the summer between the two teams, but probably my most memorable would be my first ever travel tournament. Got me into it. The Orchard Key coach. I went down to Cincinnati for a weekend with them, and that's what got me into the travel baseball. And I'm glad it happened because I wouldn't be anywhere near where I was today without that opportunity.
You broke up in the beginning of that. Can you say what team that was that you went at first turn?
Coach Brian Duffick in the Orchard Park Heat. We went to Cincinnati, and that was when I was 15U, and that got me into the travel baseball scene and helped me get where I am.
And I don't know if you know, Coach Duffick and I have coached for years, so I think.
Have you? Yeah, I know he's a big baseball guy up in Buffalo.
Yeah, very highly of Coach Duffick. Great program to be a part of, and could absolutely see why that would be a great memory. Mitch, how about yourself?
This summer I'm playing for the Showcase Niagara Thunderwolves, and I would say my most memorable moment was when I played with Niagara Nationals. We went down to Myrtle Beach and played in the Cal Ripken tournament, and we ended up winning that and played a lot of good teams, and it was just a really good experience.
Fantastic. And then, Joe, I know you're not going to play baseball this summer, so who did you play for last summer? And then same thing, what was the most memorable tournament you've ever played in?
Actually, this summer I am playing for Lou Gehrig.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I decided to play another year of summer ball. And then my most memorable tournament would probably have to be the Cooperstown tournament in 12U.
Yeah, we hear that. I've heard that one a lot, so you know. So, and like we've said, we get a chance to play there, but no doubt there's some great memories there that are to be had. Tough on us coaches, though, for that week. I will tell you that. So, guys, my last question. So if we asked your coach what was the imprint or the legacy that you were going to be leaving behind on your school or program, what would they say? And then for Mitch, I know you're not leaving the program yet, but what would they say is that, you know, kind of how would he explain who you are as a player or a person on the team? So, Mitch, let's start with you on this one.
I would hope that they would say, I'm a hard worker, I'm dedicated to the program, committed, and just passionate for the game.
Joe, how about yourself?
I would hope the imprint I leave is a good work ethic for sure, always having a good attitude, and probably leading by example.
Okay. And then Aaron, how about yourself?
Well, a lot like the other two, but with that, I'd hope be able to someone that the younger kids will look up to, and someone who carried on the tradition in Frewsburg baseball. It's like a culture, and just want to be someone who carries on that.
Fantastic. All great answers, guys. Well, those are all the questions I have for today. I want to say thank you for joining me on the Western New York Athletics from the Sidelines. And guys, let's hope the next time I get a chance to talk to you guys, it's going to be to cover you guys in a game, because that's ultimately, I know where you guys want to be. But thanks for joining me today, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for having us.
We're in our last rounds of interviews. Boy, 3 more great baseball players here in Western New York I can't wait to talk to. Let's go through their questions. From West Seneca East, Jackson Strong. From Allegheny Limestone, Ben Giardini. And from Pioneer, Bryce Hediger. Guys, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, anytime. So, guys, let's start right with our questions. My first question is, have you committed to play baseball or any other sport at the next level? If so, where and why? So, Jackson, I know you're early in the process, but are you looking to play baseball at the next level?
Yeah, great to be here.
Making visits.
Yeah, I'd say for sure. I'm still kind of looking at schools, D1 and D2 across the East, some into the Midwest. But yeah, I'm still early in the game, so yeah, I'm just looking to hopefully make a choice coming up in the summer, going into my senior year.
Fantastic. And you've been ranked very high by PBR in New York. Am I correct?
Yeah, I believe I was was just out of the top 10 outfielders because somebody reclassed, I think, a week or two before they put out the top 10 rankings. But I'm top 75 overall in the class. So yeah, I'm hoping to have a good summer, hopefully.
Absolutely. Fingers crossed on that one. So,
of course.
Ben, how would you answer that one?
Well, I'm going to Mercer, thinking about playing club just because I love baseball. I want to keep up in the sport, but I don't want to play as much as a competitive level anymore.
Okay. And why did you choose Mercyhurst to go to school?
They have the major I was looking for. I'm looking to be a physician's assistant, and they have that grad program, and there's not a lot of schools to offer that. So,
fantastic. Well, that's a great program right there. And wow, you're really looking to get involved in what we're talking about as an essential, position right now. It could be really big there to help us out in the future. That's awesome. Congrats there, Ben.
Thank you.
Bryce, again, same as Jackson, early in the game right now, but are you looking to play baseball at the next level? And have you already started looking yourself?
I'm definitely looking forward to playing at the next level, hopefully. I've been looking at some D1, D2 colleges just like Jackson. I like Mercyhurst. I like Canisius. I visited a couple of them, Niagara too, and we play there a lot during the summer. So it's just a lot of exposure to them colleges, I guess. So I just like being there, the environment.
Absolutely. And a way to be able to stay close to home, I'm sure, too. So.
Yep.
Great. Well, guys, let's get into some of our questions. My first question is, what is the most memorable moment that you've had on a baseball field? Ben, let's start with you on this one.
Mine would have to be when we won sectionals my freshman year. I just remember getting that last out and everybody sprinting to the middle of the field and jumping out and celebrating. It was just an amazing experience, and it just shows why baseball is just the greatest sport.
That's awesome. And I know you are going to get a chance to play on a new field down there at Allegheny Limestone to boot, aren't you?
Yeah.
And have a memory there. So, Bryce, what would you answer that one?
I have to say, I think last year when we beat Iroquois at Arcade Park, which is our home field, and it was just a close game the whole time, and we're usually pretty close with them, and they're kind of our rivals. I know everyone says Springville is, but I think Iroquois is, just because they're a tough team to beat, and we ended up beating them in like the last inning, and it was just a clutch game. I mean, everyone on the team was working together, and we pulled it off. We made them mad, I can tell. So
that's awesome. And that was going to be a great series we were looking for this season. You could have even Lakeshore. You had some great ones with Lakeshore last year too. You had an incredible game, I remember, against Lakeshore that we've highlighted already on the show. So absolutely, when we talk about rivalry games, it could go so many different ways too. And we'll be going to be talking about rivalry games here in the future. But
definitely.
How about yourself?
I would say I'd have to throw it back about four or 5 years ago. Back when I think it was like 11 or 12, I went to Cooperstown. That was just a great experience. I just remember like walking in and seeing all those teams. Like there were so many teams. It was just a really good experience. Like the whole thing was just like being in the home run derby. It was really fun. It was really cool.
That's awesome. And we've heard Cooperstown come up for a lot of memories for a lot of guys here as we've been asking about that question. So great answers there, guys. So my next question, which alluded to what we already talked about there, Bryce, is What was that one game you had circled on the calendar this season that you couldn't wait for, that you were getting a chance to play? I know you already answered it, Bryce, but maybe there's a second one in there. But who are the ones that you were looking for?
The most exciting teams to play against for me are definitely Lakeshore and Iroquois. Obviously, they're both tough teams to beat, but I just like the competition, and for the most part, they're like great teams. They're just great kids on them too, and nobody's really, I guess, a douchebag on their team. So
fair enough.
I just enjoy everyone on the team. Like, it's just good competition.
Awesome. And Jackson, how about you?
I'd say last year I believe we lost to Star Point in the sectional game. It went extra. I think we played 8 or 9 innings. I think it was like first or second round of sectionals we played them, and that was a really tough game. And I was really looking forward to playing them again this year. They got a couple guys. Joe Deloso plays on my travel team. I really love playing against those guys, and yeah, I was looking forward to that game again this year.
Yeah, Star Point was going to be a very good team this year, and it would have been a great pitching matchup to see Joe on the mound also to pitch for you against you guys. So
for sure.
Ben, how about yourself?
I'd say Olan without a doubt. We've played them close the past few years, and they beat us just about every time. And the whole team has been really looking forward to finally getting in the W column with them this year.
That's awesome. Great one. Yeah, I know Olan Allegheny Limestone is always going to be a great matchup and a big rivalry down there in the southern tier, so no doubt about it. So, guys, I know rough times right now. We know that. But what are you doing right now to make sure you're staying sharp with your baseball skills? So what are you doing at home right now to stay sharp? Jackson, let's start with you on this one.
I've been mainly going outside as much as I can. The weather hasn't been cooperating, I guess, lately, but I've just been going outside, setting up the tee in my bow net in the yard, swinging it as much as possible, throwing whenever I can with my brother. And not really much else I can do. I mean, staying in shape-wise, this past off-season was like probably my best yet in terms of strength-wise, and I was really bummed to hear that all the weight rooms and stuff will be closing down, so I couldn't. But I've just been finding ways to maintain at least what I can at home.
Good job. Ben, how about yourself?
I've been lifting. Yeah, we have a weight set in my basement. I try to hit off the tee in the basement as much as possible. When it's nice out, I try to get my teammates and I down to the cages at the field. We tried to go yesterday, but they took down the cages, so can't do that anymore. But it's just trying to do the little things to stay ready if it comes around.
Bryce, how about yourself?
I really can't give enough props to both of my coaches, Charlie and Dave, because they're always sending me workouts and everything and really keeping both of our teams on it. I've been throwing a lot of pens to my brother who actually catches. He's a year below me. And I've been doing a lot of like strength training and speed training. So I'm just trying to stay on it.
And you can give props right now to SDA. I see you're wearing that shirt over there at SDA, right? So
yeah.
Daily workouts, getting out there to keep people going out there. I see he's been putting on his daily workouts too. So give him some credit to be able to help out there also. I know.
Definitely.
So that leads me into my next question, guys, is a little bit on the fun side. Let's put it that way. So let's go a little bit on the fun side of the questions. Is if you could meet somebody famous, who would it be and why? So Ben, let's start with you on this one.
I mean, at this point in today's day and age, I'd have to go with Donald Trump. I'd just like to talk to him about how he's handling everything and what a big challenge he's faced with this pandemic.
Interesting one. You're the first one that went down the politics route there. Bryce, how about yourself?
I like CT Fletcher. He's a big power lifter guy. He's a big weightlifter. And I like a lot of his videos. They're super motivational. And they sometimes when I don't have the motivation, especially during this time, sitting around all day, I can just pull up one of his videos and it kind of brings it to me, makes me want to do stuff.
That's another good one. Jackson, how about you?
I'd say I'd have to go down the baseball route and say Ken Griffey Jr. He's been my idol ever since I was little. I've tried to emulate my swing a little bit into kind of how he swings. But yeah, he's just a really good guy. And even after he retired, all the stuff he's done, giving back giving back to his community, just really good guy overall.
Great. First time his name's come up. He is absolutely a great baseball player, no doubt about it. So, wow, that's another good one. Great ones there, guys. So it leads me to the next question is, who would you consider your role models to be right now for you, especially when it comes to baseball? So, Bryce, let's start with you on this one.
I think probably Derek Jeter, just because he has that captain mentality and he tries to always keep his team up, and literally everybody knows him. He's just super respectable and he knows what he's doing.
Okay. Jackson, how about yourself?
I'd say I have to go with Ken Griffey Jr. Whenever he was on the field, when he did play, at least he was a really good leader. Even in his younger days, he was a really good leader. Playing with his dad, that was really cool, and I just really respect him a lot for what he did for the game at least. And yeah, I just respect him a lot.
Great. And Ben, how about you?
I'd go with Trout. I mean, you look at some of his baseball stats, and they're just insane. He's such a well-spoken player, and he's not out doing illegal things. He's just a great guy.
And Ben, say who it was again, because it got cut off there.
Mike Trout.
Mike Trout, yeah, another great one. Yep, so no doubt about it. So I'm going to build off that question, though, guys, because a lot of people looked at it from a different ways. Who do you consider right now the person you'd like to thank along the way right now that's helped you get to where you are today? So I'm going to add another question there for you. So Jackson, let's start with you on this one.
I'd say my dad. He's really been the one pushing me ever since I was little. He's been motivating me to do my best, not care about wins and losses, but just always try to do your best. And yeah, I'd say he's really helped me do that as I was ever since I was little. He's always been there for me, helping me out. So I really appreciate that.
And then Ben, on that one.
I'd have to say probably my grandparents. They support me no matter what I do. I mean, even if I have a bad sports game, they always come over and tell me how proud they are of me, and it really gives me the motivation to keep driving forward.
Fantastic. And Bryce, how about yourself?
I mean, I have a few people I could name, but honestly, I think the one that really got me into all of it, like weightlifting and just being a better baseball player overall, I think would have to be Charlie from Full Circuit, the coach there. And I've been playing for him for 2 years now, and he's just always been on me, like about working out and doing baseball related stuff and just staying on it.
Fantastic. Yep, Charlie's a great big influence here in Western New York, no doubt about it, and a great coach there also. So, okay, my next question is, and Bryce, it'll be an easy one for you, but who do you play for in the summer, right? And then what was the most memorable baseball tournament that you've played in? So let's start with you in this one.
I play for Charlie at Full Circuit, obviously. My most memorable tournament was probably, we play Canisius a lot. It's like we're just always there, I feel like. And I remember one game I hit a home run, and I thought it was so cool just because obviously I hit it at a college field. And I think we ended up winning that game, I want to say. So it's just super memorable for me to actually do that.
Awesome. Great one. Ben, how about you on that one?
We usually I usually try to stay with my school team in the summer. But the most memorable tournament was definitely Cooperstown when I was younger. Just the whole atmosphere, so many teams for so long throughout the summer. It's crazy.
It really is. We've talked about that multiple times too. It's been a memory. Just about every set of grouping that I did of guys at that Cooperstown tournament has come up. Jackson, how about yourself?
During the summer, I usually play with the Niagara Junior Thunderwolves showcase team. But last summer I played. I went down to Cary, North Carolina, to try for the U.S. 17U national team, and that was a really cool experience. I was on a team with probably the best players I've ever seen, like D1 commits, pretty much all over the team. I think it was like 20-man roster. There was some like I think there were like 13 D1 commits. It was crazy. There was a lot of really good talent there, and that was We got to play on Duke's field. We got to play at the USA Baseball Training Complex. The fields were incredible. It was just a really cool experience.
That's awesome. Another great scenario right there. So, great answers, guys. So my last question. If we asked your coach what was the imprint that you were leaving right now in your school or your program, how would they answer that? So Jackson, let's start with you on that one.
I mean, I would hope that he would say I've been somewhat of a good influence on the rest of my team. Setting in a good example for the rest of the team, especially the younger guys. We had a lot of younger guys on my school team, and I was really looking to become more of a leader, I guess, this year for some of the younger guys that we have. I guess I would hope that you would say that I've done as much as I can, setting a good example for those guys.
Great answer. Ben, how would you?
How to be a leader, because baseball, you fail so much and you have to keep a positive attitude, but sometimes that's so difficult when there's such a big part of it. So I'd say keeping people motivated and helping them stay positive.
Okay. And Bryce, how about yourself?
Honestly, I like to try to make it fun. Like, I'm always joking around with my teammates, whether we're up or down in the game. I just try to keep their morale lifted, I guess, and hardworking, I'd hope you'd say. More of like a captain. I just try to keep like everyone in line, and I keep it real on the field. Like if someone's doing something that shouldn't be done at that time in the game, I'll tell them. I'll be like, hey, you can't do that.
Yeah. And your head coach has been with you since you were young, too. As far as
oh, yeah. Long time.
He's got a chance to see you for years. Exactly. So,
yeah.
Awesome. Well, guys, that's the end of my questions right there. I want to say thank you for joining me today. And for everybody here in Western New York, we're just getting a chance to spotlight baseball and softball players as we can, to give them the opportunity, since they are not taking the field right now, that we're giving them the opportunity to be recognized and trying to recognize as many of them as we can. I want to say again, thanks for joining us tonight, and thank you guys for joining me. And I hope the next time I get a chance to talk to you guys, it's me covering you at one of the fields.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.